And of course, WRHU is closely covering the DNC in Chicago. One of our reporters, Cameron Bowden, landed in the Windy City earlier today. We spoke to her just moments ago about what she's seeing. Please take a listen. Cameron, you landed in Chicago earlier today. Can you describe to me what you're seeing and what the environment is like?
So when I touched down in Chicago earlier today, the sights and sounds were just of pure bustle and excitement. I mean, the airport itself was just decked out in red, white, and blue banners and pennants, and so much DNC messaging and marketing across the entire airport. I mean, I was walking the baggage claim, and I had to have seen at least 15 posters for the DNC. So the sense of excitement here from the people itself, it's palpable. I was speaking to someone on the street earlier today, and he passed by a photo of Kamala Harris with the words freedom underneath it, and he just went, "I am so happy." Like it was just so much excitement and so much happiness from all the people here. But there's also a lot of tension when it comes to this convention. There's obviously a lot of issues at hand that people are very tough on the Democratic Party with. I mean, a big thing right now has been the protests happening in the city, and the sense of tension surrounding that is definitely being felt. Yesterday, after protesters tore down a little bit of barriers and a couple were arrested from the protest, you can definitely tell that, the DNC is wary, the committee is wary itself, but it's also showing in the people that are here. But overall, people are very excited and very, anxious to hear what's next on the, platform agenda tonight.
So, Cameron, you mentioned the protest that was there yesterday. Thousands of individuals were demonstrating for Palestine and ending the war in Gaza. Today, are you seeing any remnants of that? Are there any straggling protesters outside the convention right now?
There's nothing that I can personally see. Of course, there's going to be small demonstrations popping up across Chicago over the next couple days. But in terms of pre-planned protests, yesterday and Wednesday and Thursday are the big days that the Coalition to March on the DNC is planning for. Of course, it's not even just outside the convention center where you're seeing some protests and some kind of dissidence, if you will. You're also seeing a sense of strength surrounding Palestine and a sense of toughness on the Democratic Party from delegates themselves. Yesterday, there was a demonstration of a couple of Jewish delegates holding up a sign that said, "Stop funding Israel." And the tension surrounding that led to some protesters or some counter-protesters holding "We Heart Joe Biden" signs, kind of beating back on these protesters and blocking the sign. And it's definitely felt. It's not necessarily that there's anything currently going on. There's nothing physical actually happening, but you can definitely feel the sense of protest and the sense of toughness on the issue of Israel and Palestine within all of the people here.
Once again, that was Joe and I catching up with WRHU reporter Cameron Bowden, who's currently in Chicago covering the DNC.